What's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5 in the flesh today in front of the camera to go over the results of my 5th ever PUBG Xbox tournament. If you missed it, we hosted this last Sunday on February 16, 2020, and I thought it'd be fun as the 5th ever tournament that we would do 5-man squads. I know that's kind of untraditional, but in the past we had already done a solo tournament, duos, 3-man, and a full 4-man squad, so I figured why not do 5 for the 5th ever tournament. And then technically for the next one, we could do 6-man for a 6th tournament. We've done a lot of 6-man custom games, but I think after that, or maybe just skipping that, we'll probably go back to the doing something a little bit more competitive, maybe duo or a just full squad. And there's also some talk about the next tournament maybe being a members only tournament, and being a member on YouTube is kind of like being a Twitch subscriber. So it would be kind of like a subs only tournament just to kind of give back to the community that's been supporting me. So I'll let you guys know the details about that or any information. We're still kind of working out all that stuff, and I've still yet to give out the prizes and record this video. So we got to finish this first before we move on to the next one. And before we get into the results, I just want to shout out everybody that participated in the event. Thank you guys for signing up and actually showing up. That's a huge part of it. In the past, we've had some people who bail out last minute, and this time we only had 1 or 2 teams that didn't show up. So the participation or the show up rate was really high, and I appreciate that. So thank you guys very much. It kind of helps me determine if I'm going to do this again, because the more issues I have, the less likely I am to continue this in the future. And also, we used PUBG Lookup for the first time ever, and that made things a lot more organized for me. But there is some disadvantages. I couldn't really contact people who signed up, and people who signed up didn't receive a confirmation email. So if you guys have a different platform or something that you suggest to get around that, let me know. Some people mentioned maybe we'll just make a Discord or make a section in my Discord for the next tournament, and we'll assign like a team captain, and then I'll have them as like a point of contact for all that information, which I think is probably the best way to get around it, because PUBG Lookup worked really well. And then also, I want to shout out everybody that contributed to the prize pool. This is a free tournament, and a lot of people in my community, or really only from my community, support the tournament by donating and contributing some money to the prize. We even had people in the past contribute gifts. So this is just incredible. Without these people, I mean, the tournament would go on, but it would just not be as fun, and there would be no prizes. So really, huge thank you to these guys, starting with Demise, Sçout, McWrath, FBZ, Huck, and Nugs Fan, who even came in with a donation after the tournament. Some of these were contributed to the overall prize pool for first place, and others were for player bounties. So we had a player bounty on Day, which I'll get into in a little bit. And we also had that on Gingivitis, which was a lot of fun. So I'll announce that who won those and the kind of how that worked out at the end. And then I'm going to kind of switch this to PUBG Lookup. So if you guys have checked this out, if you haven't, you should. There's so much data here. It's really cool. You can look at who won, the MVP, how much damage you did, so much information. This is what it looks like from my end here, but I don't know what's going to look like on your guys' screen, because I'm logged in and I'm also the tournament host. But the tournament, it shows you who won here, so kind of spoiler alert. But before, I had to click on this leaderboard section. Then you could scroll down and see who the winners were. It kind of highlights the first, second, and third team here. So just getting right into it, congrats to Team Avengers. Let's go. Strong class for coming in first. I know sometimes people go like 3, 2, 1, but we'll just get right into it, full send. So shout out to Team Avengers. This is comprised of players Mr. Headglitch, Big Red Cliffy, Plow13, B Brent Bryson, and Demonic Teddy 666. And I actually know a lot of these guys. I had never met Plow or Brent Bryson before, but I'd met all the other people. They've been in the stream, and I've also seen them streaming as well, or in other player streams. So I know these guys were really great players, and they had a good chance of winning or taking the dub or chicken dinner, and they did. They kind of won by a little bit of a landslide here, if you want to say it that way. They had 42 kills, which was a extreme gap there from everybody else, did the most damage, and they came in first on the Vikendi match. But unfortunately, the Vikendi match was a little controversial, because about give or take 20 or so people crashed from that match, including myself, so I lost the ability to spectate. So I was thinking about throwing that match out, but I just didn't think it was going to be fair to do so. And just part of the issues that we had to deal with PUBG. And I think even if you took that match out, this team still would have won, and they played great really just in every match, and you can tell by the kills that they were getting. So shout out to them. And then followed by second place Team Nexus. So shout out to Zach, Wolfpack Zach, I am AyYoMike, Mikey, Black Knight, Tunosaurus Rex 69, and an Enraged Hobo 23. Again, I know a lot of those guys very well from the stream, so shout out to Team Nexus. And then in third, we have Team DBC, who's participated, some of the players, in most of the tournaments here. So I really appreciate that these guys participate and play and are active in the tournament scene. Very cool. So shout out to Team DBC. This is Frankie Jesus, Dream Slayer, Double Hotbox, AK47AZ, and I think that's Boston in some different numbers there. So shout out to that team. And you can tell they came in, I think they had the second most amount of kills tied with Team Balls, so for 21 kills, and then after that it was like in the high 17, 18, 19 range, and then most people fell below that. So if you want to see where your team landed, you can scroll down this page and check it out. And then also what's cool here, they kind of assigned an MVP or a tournament leader. So we have a Demonic Teddy coming in the lead with the most kills, and most likely if someone has the most kills, they're probably going to have the most damage, but not in every case. So they are the MVP of the tournament. No prize for being MVP, just the pride of doing well. And then also, this is really cool. I think you guys should check this out if you have a moment. You can check where you placed in the tournament. And we got Demonic Teddy, MVP, came in first, followed by Big Red Cliffy on the same team. And then I thought this was interesting. Mike and Zach, who came in second, were the third and fourth place finishers, and they actually crashed out of the Vikendi match. I'm not sure if they were able to get back in, but this is what's kind of unfortunate because these guys did crash. I don't know if Demonic Teddy or Big Red Cliffy did. They might have. But anyways, these guys played really well, followed by Black Knight, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Mr. Head Glitch, Seeker, Let's Go, Brent, Gingivitis as the top 10 players in the tournament. So congrats to you guys. And again, if you love data, PUBG Lookup has a ton of that. So I'm sure there's a bunch of more data you can get into if you want to, but I'll bring the screen back to me and we'll go over the player bounties. I'll show you guys the reward screen. So we had a player bounty for killing Day Day. Just for killing him in the first game, you received a player bounty. So let me get this paper out because I have the winners here. So Plow13 did kill Day Day in the first match. I think he was knocked by somebody else, he said, and then Plow ended up, but he got revived, and then Plow ended up killing him at the end of that match, match number 1. So congratulations, you earned yourself an additional $20 on top of the first place prize pool. I forgot to mention that first place winners are going to be splitting $100. So Plow definitely walking away with the most money. Congrats, man. And then there was also a bounty on running over Day Day or killing him with a pan. I let everybody know, though, that you're not going to know where Day Day is or who Day Day is. There's no gamer tag on top of their head. So that did not end up happening. So the prize just goes to me. If FBZ said if that doesn't happen, then I could take the money for hosting the tournament. So thank you, man, for the donation to me for putting on the tournament. I appreciate that. Kind of like tipping your bartender, as we have a joke in the stream. And then we had a player bounty on Gingivitis. And this was just for killing him in each individual match. You get $5. So if you killed him in game 1, game 2, or game 3. And the stipulation here, I think, was that if Gingivitis survived, like if his team won and he survived, then he would get the $5, which was a really cool prize kind of stipulation there. I thought that was awesome. So it looks like Wolfpack Zach killed him in game 1, so you will receive $5. Then B Brent Bryson killed him in game 2, and then we have Pirate Lou, who I don't know who that is. I'm gonna have to contact you on Xbox. Killed him in game 3, so you will be receiving that money. And then we have the last prize here, which came in at the end by Nugs Fan. So he made a donation and said, you should give this to the biggest potato. So I was looking at some of the footage. Because we lost Spectate in game 2, I'm like, I don't really know if I can give this to a full potato, but I do know we could probably give this to the worst luck award and the person who ended up not being able to do any damage in the game, and that is Terrence Skeeter Skeet. I'm going to give him the bad luck award. He had some tough matches, just getting killed at unfortunate times, and then in the last game on Erangel, they landed at Primorsk and they were running around. They could not find a vehicle, so they got in a boat, and the circle was so far north that I think they ended up dying in the blue, or at least Skeet did, and it was super unfortunate. So he's going to get the bad luck award, and I think that covers everybody in the tournament. So thank you guys very much again for participating. This is always fun, and going over all this stuff in front of the camera is kind of fun too. It's always a good time, and I look forward to doing more of this in the future. And also, before the end of the video, I just wanted to shout out everybody that has subscribed to my channel and supported me. I just hit 5,000 subscribers recently, and really I got to thank A lot of that initial last push to Boris. So obviously it's been a long journey for me. I've been doing YouTube for an extremely long time, and day by day, subscriber here, subscriber there, and my subscriber growth kind of slowed down a little bit right at the end, and then Boris gave me a shout out, helped me push over 5,000. So I really, really appreciate it. He's a great guy. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, please do. And he's also got a good Twitter feed as well. So if you use Twitter, make sure to follow him on Twitter. I'll probably link all that stuff at the end of this video and also down in the description box below. And another thing to think about, at least for me, is that when I was recording my first tournament video, I think last year, my second one at the end of March, I had just hit 3,000 subscribers. So a year later, we're past 5,000 subscribers, and it's pretty exciting to see that stuff. Awesome growth for me. So just thank you guys for everybody that has been supporting me along the way, and hopefully upward and onward. Push to 10K, great 2020 incoming, maybe even 20,020 subscribers. Maybe that's going to be the goal for this year. I like that. So we'll stamp it now. And much love, everybody. Thank you all for watching. As always, I'm Blitz5, and peace out.